of metaphysical courage, in which really know deep within that the most harrowing experiences that physical existence can offer are a show. Now this is the what you might call ultimate nerve. When the samurai in Japan studied Zen, that's what they wanted to get from it. They wanted to get ultimate nerve so that absolutely nothing would faze them. So there is a poem which says, "Under the sword lifted high, there is hell making you tremble. But go ahead, and there is the land of bliss." Don't hesitate, see? Don't be blocked. Don't be phased, nonplussed by the illusion. Now you would say, well, that's all very well, but I can't bring myself to that.
Let me frame everything for you, okay? So this is a 6-week program. We have to be flexible. And this is a long-term thing. And what I want to express to you guys about the 6 weeks is that this has to be like at least a year-long relationship between us. Mm-hmm. So in a perfect world, he would do 3 separate 2-week stays over the course of the next year.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's best case scenario. He would come with me for 2 weeks, come back home for about a month and a half, and then we would do classes in that time. Mm-hmm. Together, because you're going to have to be involved somewhat to fix this, yeah? Because you might also be a catalyst unknowingly, okay? And then he would come back for another 2 weeks, then have another break, then come back. So let me just tell you how it normally plays out, okay? Most dogs, and this is what I'm talking about, where most trainers won't tell you this if they do board and training, yeah? But most dogs need an acclimation period. I'm going to tell you 80% of the dogs that we get, the day that we get them, whether they get dropped off or we pick them up, it's 3 days before they have their first bowel movement.
It takes them about a day or two. Or not for bowel movements, but like...
To eat or something? Or
he's got severe separation.
There you go.
All of a sudden.
So listen, he might not eat for 2 or 3 days.
He'll drool and he'll rip apart, whatever.
So I want you to understand this, okay? Those days when he's still acclimating could be up to a week and be up to 2 weeks where he's not acting like himself. Those 2 weeks, there's almost no progress that can be made. Mm-hmm. I can put him on the leash and make him sit, make him stay, and do all these things, but then I'm not building a rapport.
Yeah, and he's gonna need,
So that doesn't work. So I want you to understand something. And I'm not telling you guys to pay anything extra. This is the truth, yeah? Because I'm committed to this. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, if it takes, good down, Papa, good down. If it takes 2 weeks for him to get to the point where he's happy-go-lucky and has accepted that this is my life now, because he has to, for the most part, feel like this is his life now with us. Mm-hmm. From that moment on is when we can start affecting change. Inmates behave in prison. Do you see what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I don't want him to feel, I don't want us to get a false sense of accomplishment, because if I take him today and today I put him on the leash and collar and I start making him sit and Oscar makes him sit and we're like dominating him like every other training company would do, we're never going to be able to resolve it, because he's never going to behave like himself.
Yeah.
He won't be comfortable enough with us to show us his true self. Mm-hmm. And if part of the problem is that he wants to be protective of you, I have to make him care about me too. He's not going to care about me if today and tomorrow I'm bossing him around all the time. So even if he does a full 6 weeks with me, it might turn to 8, it might turn to 9. Mm-hmm. So this first initial stay, I only want to count it as like a 3-week stay.
Okay.
And I'm not going to charge you anything extra. Mm-hmm. When I bring him back, I'm going to give you guidelines to follow. Mm-hmm. And if you don't follow those guidelines, he's just not going to respect you.
Okay.
The energy and everything that I'm feeling from him here, I feel very hopeful about it. Yeah. And it's going to work. Yeah. I have no question whether this is going to change him or not. My only question mark is the amount of time it's going to take. Yeah. And I'm going to be committed. And I'm going to tell you something. If it will benefit him greatly for you to sometimes come out to me for a class, because I'll have new dogs. Yeah. If you come out to those classes, I will give you free boarding credit. Okay. I promise you. Okay. Because then I know that if you're doing your part and I take him again, I'm not wasting my time. I can build upon what we've been working on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He did hike his leg on the pole next to him, mm-hmm. and then he took a shit, and then he attacked the dog.
Yeah. So see that's a dominance thing too, because because this is what we have. Yeah, like let's say we have a real dominant dog.
That was like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's just pooping right next to them.
But our dogs will do that too. Like if we have a very dominant dog, or like you have a police dogs a lot of times have to be taught not to poo on things to mark it. because they'll go and pee on something, but they want to express their dominance so much they'll like rub their anal glands on it or poo on it. So yes, those are signs. Those are expressions of dominance. Well, there's a lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
he's fixated.
Oh, he sees it, but see, he's not like hitting his.
Yeah, he froze.
Yeah. Brew,
He is
down,
obsessed.
down. He knows. I know.
So, and this what you're doing here is what you were told to do by that other
and
trainer.
when he's fixated and he's not calm, I can make him go into down.
Yeah, you can. Is that what the trainer told you to do? Or?
Because
yeah.
apparently
Yes?
she thinks that all the windows and him seeing nature and stuff gives him anxiety, which is making him, I don't know. That was what she said. I honestly don't know.
I don't know about that. I just think it's like watching TV. You know, listen, if we turn this TV on right now, Cranberry will be full.
I was like she literally told
He
us
won't pay any attention to us. So you,
told us to shut the curtains, and I was like, I'm not gonna live in a dark home.
no, that's not.
Doesn't
I don't
make
believe
any
in that. I don't. It doesn't. No, that's just that he's like a kid.
He was though, like at some point in time, he'd see the lizard and he would try to like run into the window.
That's what I was noticing. He's gonna do awesome. I just don't know how much time it's going to take.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you something. You're not gonna find a more committed trainer than us. Look, the reality of it is during this whole period, if anything, you're gonna have a hard time getting your dog back from me before I think he's ready. Yeah. So I like to do a criteria-based program. Mm-hmm. So if I had to guess, I would like for him to do more than the 6 weeks that you're paying for. Mm-hmm. And I'm willing to give you boarding credit to that end. I'm willing to give you a week extra and let him come and stay with me for a week if you just sometimes come out to a class with me.
I will.
I'm going to change up a lot of the things that you're doing because I don't see the reasoning behind making him, not that you're doing anything wrong, and I think it's an auspicious sign that you do that you react the way you were told to react because you follow instructions. I just don't think what you're doing is changing anything.
I don't think it is either.
Yeah, because the reality of it is, if you told him to get back and down, if it was working, he wouldn't be focused on that lizard anymore.
Yeah,
he's still looking at the lizard. He's just in a different position.
Whatever
And see, the thing about him is he's super smart. He might think that you're teaching him to stalk the lizard. He might think that you're teaching him, hey, if you lay down, like you're gonna get it. He doesn't.
It's almost like harder to train.
That's the thing. The smarter the dog is, the more difficult they are to train because they problem solve and they think, listen, it's gonna be good. I know for a fact it's gonna be good. It's just gonna take time. But let me give you an example. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this. But all right, I'm just gonna tell you. All right. So there's an 80% chance you could resolve this on your own. I'm gonna tell you, right?
It's a lot of work.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of time. But let me tell you the simple thing that will change this behavior. We're going to employ it. But if every time he sees a lizard, and he gets focused on the lizard, you go and you hug him and you kiss him and praise him and you carry him, force him into his crate, and then give him a piece of bacon. So like if every time he sees a lizard, you look at him and you say, oh my God, you're so smart. And then you go and you hug him and you kiss him and you carry him around, and you take him to the crate, you throw him in the crate like elated, happy. And even if you have to throw him in there like a bowling ball because he doesn't want to go in there, and then you close it up and you tell him he's so smart. And then you give him a piece of bacon. If every time he focused on a lizard or did one of those things, you behave that way, he would eventually, it might take a week, it might take 9 months. But if you persisted and you did that every time, he would eventually stop doing that behavior because he would learn that if he focuses on something, he thinks you think he's asking to be kenneled.
Oh.
It stops it.
But wouldn't that make him not like the kennel?
Nope. It'll make him like the kennel.
Oh.
The whole kennel thing.
The thing is you're using reverse psychology. Like, let me give you an example. Yeah, let's say you have a little dog. Yeah, and every time they hear that, they bark. So if I tell somebody how to fix it, it doesn't work because they won't do what is necessary. But if I do it, I'll do the exact same thing and it works. So let me tell you, yeah. So let's say you have a little dog. We go pick up a little dog that's a nuisance barker. Every time he hears the door, he barks. When we first take that dog, the first 3 days, that dog won't bark at all because he's nervous. He's acclimating. But once the dog gets comfortable and then we knock and the dog barks, if we look at that dog and happily tell the dog, good kennel up, go grab the dog, pick it up, kiss him a whole bunch, toss him in the kennel, close the kennel door, give him a treat and tell him, good kennel up. And then you put him up, eventually that dog will stop barking because he's going to think you're taking it, you're translating that bark as put me in my kennel.
Oh.
Do you see what I mean?
Gotcha.
It's an action.
Oh.
So what I just told you will change it. It might take a week. It might take 9 months. The problem is they don't persist. Mm-hmm. You don't keep at it.
Yeah.
The results don't come the next day. They're growing. I think you've done a fantastic job. You seem like a fantastic dog owner. I'm sorry for the troubles that you've had.
It just sucks because he really wasn't bad in China, and then now it's like I have
man.
to reteach everything.
It's happening, yeah. It's gonna be good.
I just like, out of all the things I could have predicted, it wasn't this.
Yeah.
It wasn't all of this.
Listen, the biggest thing, the reason my channel is called The Law of Distraction is all the training sessions we do are full of distractions. I don't do like, you know, even if you go online, how to train my dog, they'll say start in a quiet place. So the dog, I don't do all that. I bring calamity.
Cool.
So he's going to learn under the most distractful type of situation, the most distractive area. He's going to be a ton of it.
You do it right in front of all the other dogs.
And they learn that way. And then, and listen, he's going to have to learn to work while all the dogs are pasturing him. He's going to learn it.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much time it's going to take.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're going to make it happen. I'm excited. It is going to require a time investment on your part.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to have to spend some time with us.
I don't think that
We'll
it's
see how it
going to
goes.
be like one, you do it and then it's done. It's just that we've been trying for months on our own and we've gotten nowhere.
Well,
and he needs like,
he
needs someone to understand him.
He's going to need to board with me at least twice, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So if he stays with me 6 weeks this first time, I'm not going to charge anything extra. And I'm still going to want him to come back again. He's going to need it.
Yeah.
He's going to need maintenance, you know, even like once a year. If you've been coming out, you're going to get boarding credit. So you can come and stay with us. But he should stay with us primarily anytime you travel or you can't be here with him. Mm-hmm. Right? And I'll work it out with you. It'll be good. And again, if you come out to classes, I will give you boarding credit. So
leave it. He knows leave it. So even when he did have that dog's mouth or head in his mouth, I was like, leave it. Like I was trying to get it. He was just not letting go.
It's not going to work. Yeah.
At
No,
all.
because he's
like, I
pumped up.
went in and I pried his mouth open to get the dog away.
So we're just going to start off with a lot of positive reinforcement when he takes the, you know, a passive route, whenever he's passive.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So that
And
whenever
when
he's
you touch on other
passive,
dogs, I would have water ready.
oh, it's going to be good. We're going to be super prepared.
Okay.
It's going to be good.
Water gun?
No, we have some.
we got
And then
him.
we have our own, like I said, we have our own guinea pig dogs, like our own dogs, and they're gonna, and they can take a good amount. It's just a matter of time. Just please be patient. You know, like anytime that I want to keep him, or if I want to keep him an extra amount of time, I'm not gonna charge you anything. And I'm not asking because I want to keep your dog forever. I'm asking because I want to make sure it works. You'll be able to see them on my Instagram stories. Like I upload stuff all the time up there. You can see dogs playing and.
Oh, cool. Majority of the dogs at the dog park in China were super poorly trained. He was one of the more trained dogs.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, like they were.
I'm surprised they have dog parks there because, like, from according to like the 2 Chinese customers that I have.
Almost every time we went, there was a dog fight. One of them, it was these 2 little dogs, and I was like, "What the?" And I grabbed them, and I went like this, and I was like, "Whose dogs are these?"
Just
like,
getting at it.
Yeah, no,
Dang.
and people were just like watching this.
Yeah.
I was like, they're gonna maul each other.
I'm happy to hear there's a dog park out there.
One.
Yeah.
This was,
one. All right.
It was just one dog.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh
There was
wow,
one, There
dude.
was one that was an hour drive away.
Oh my God.
Let that one park for you.
All the other parks, you weren't allowed to even walk your dog on leash.
Yeah.
They're not very into dogs.
Well, guess what? I'm very into dogs. That's why I upload these videos so you can see my passion. My name is Erwin Valderramos and I'm the Dog Messiah. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Paw that bell so you'll be notified when I upload a video. Lots of good stuff coming, a whole lot more with Brew. You can also see us on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you so much for watching. Bless you all.
Know that is going to the silence.